Welcome to IdleTalk, and if you're watching this on YouTube, by the way, if you didn't know, we have a YouTube channel. Please subscribe; helps a lot. So, new YouTube channel, go check that out. If you're listening to if you're listening to this on Spotify, follow us on Spotify. Not a big deal. If you listen on Apple Podcasts, subscribe on Apple Podcasts, leave a review, give us 5 stars, helps a lot. So, a little bit of updates regarding the IdleTalk brand, I want to say. We started a week. Whoa, I'm gonna keep this in just so we're all humans. I'm gonna keep those in. So we started a new series called Over the Weekend, and usually I record these on like a Friday or Saturday, like our full IdleTalk episodes. So it gives me some time to kind of edit it, put it the way I want to, and things like that. Work on the audio. But today's Sunday. So I have a quick turnaround because our release day is Tuesday, but I usually like to record on Friday and Saturday just to give myself some leeway. But I used to say I work my best under pressure, and if the due date is tomorrow. So that was college me. This is post college me, I guess. But still, same thing. Sunday, I'll edit it tonight, upload it. Get it all checked out, let it process in 4K, because sometimes when you upload something on YouTube, it takes a while to process, and that's why it looks like poop when people first watch it. And then if you watch it a day later, it looks better. So YouTube upload problems, things. So we started Over the Weekend. That I try to record on Monday, because over the weekend, so Friday, Saturday, Sunday. So again, Over the Weekend is a series that I want to cover on pop culture, things that happen over the weekend, because I usually miss out on those opportunities because they usually happened or have happened after I recorded the main flagship IdleTalk episode. So kind of want to just cover those topics, kind of close to where they occur. It would be great if I could do it as it happens, but in a perfect world, that would happen. But yeah, I'm excited to do Over the Weekend. I feel like I'm going to adjust my microphone, but I feel like it is an exciting chance to do that. It's, I don't really kind of pay attention to things like that. I do, but then again, sometimes it's like, I don't care. But yeah, I'm, venturing into something new pretty much. And also I've been reading this book, 100 Ways to Happiness. So I read the first 2, I want to say chapters or whatever, pages. The first 2 tips, the first 2 ways to happiness, and I missed out on day 3 and day 4 and day 5 as of today. But I'm going to read 3 to 6 right now on the podcast. I'll clip that up, for the people that enjoy that. And here we go. I already read number 3, but audio committed on a live. So here we go. Reduce the shoulds. A lot of unhappy people continue doing what they're doing even though they know it is the cause of their unhappiness. Much of this habitual behavior stems from one small word, should. Every single one of us has responsibilities we must maintain, and in fact, a great deal of our genuine happiness in life comes from honoring commitment to family, work, and community. However, all of us at some time must contend with a series of extraneous shoulds, those pressing concerns that in the bigger scheme of things might not be important after all. These are the voices we carry from childhood. You should polish your shoes every day, or you should never put down saucepans in the dishwasher. Often, these are not our own rules, they are someone else's, our mothers, teachers, cousins, or the next door neighbors. And although they may be sound rules, they can make unnecessary claims on our time and energy, preventing us from doing things that make us happy. For example, washing the kitchen floor 3 times a week when once will do might stop you from taking a calming walk. Jumping up to do the dishes as soon as the meal is finished will mean you can't join in family conversations, just as it gets interesting. And working through your lunch break could prevent you from enjoying sort of interaction with colleagues that can make a work environment a more pleasant place to be. Make a list of all your shoulds in life. Have a think about when you first start to regard an activity as a should and who encouraged this. Then put a line through any shoulds that are no longer working for you. Those that are now well past their expiry date, make a point of resisting the shoulds whenever they pop up. Sit longer at the dinner table. Drag yourself away from the computer screen. In doing so, you will start to create new patterns that better suit your life and interest in the here and now. So that was the third way to happiness. Reduce your shoulds. I think that's interesting. So the way the book is broken down, which I didn't really explain when I uploaded that first one. So there's 5 sections, right? 2, 4, 6, 8. Yeah, 5 sections. So the first section is 20 ways to happy habits. Section 2 is 20 ways to a happy body. Section 3 is 20 ways to better relationships. Section 4 is 20 ways to a more positive mind. And section 5 is 20 ways to plan and create a happy life. So those are the sections. We're in the habits section, I think. That's what I said. Yep. So number 4, have a happy hour. Most of us have heard the term happy hour, one often used by pubs and clubs when they're selling drinks for cheap for a period of time. In truth, alcohol is a depressant and certainly not good for your happiness. My definition of happy hour is spending 60 minutes engaging in an activity which you find pleasurable and satisfying. There's no need to wait for a special occasion to enjoy yourself. Compile a list of happiness-inducing activities and start planning them into your schedule on a regular basis. Make sure you treat them with the same importance as you would a meeting with your boss or an appointment with your most important client. Even and especially during particular busy times, make sure to find time, preferably at least a few minutes every day, with no distractions, which you can spend on your own in a quiet and peaceful place. Concentrate on relaxing, reflecting on your thoughts and feelings, and reviewing the day past and the days to come. Use this time to learn more about yourself and prepare in a positive way. Practice incorporating this recreational time into your life, and you will soon see that you don't need to wait for Friday afternoon to be happy hour. So before even reading this book, I feel like I did that. Like, a lot of people were like, oh, I want it to be Friday. And then if you're like me, I'm just like, man, every day feels like Friday to me. So, again, treat you time as you would treat, again, that meeting with your boss or important client. That's very important, I think. Number 5, practice incremental change. We all appreciate that you cannot build something the scale of the Brooklyn Bridge overnight, yet people often become frustrated or impatient when they cannot achieve great change in their lives right away. I encourage you to consider that the best way to achieve massive and meaningful life changes, ones that will lead you to experience and enjoy a truly happy and fulfilled life, is to plan to make lots of small changes on a regular basis. For those of you who like formulas, I have composed an equation to show this. Small changes times regular application equals big change. In other words, you don't have to change your life in one day. If you regularly make small positive changes, you will eventually experience a significant life-changing benefits. Creating new habits take a minimum of 4 weeks and require repetition and dedication on your part. It's also daunting to contemplate making large changes all at once, and you are far more likely to achieve your goals through making small adjustments on a regular basis. Take one thing in your life that you would like to change and break it into small increments of change that can fit into your exciting schedule. Stick with your plan to change something for good, and remember that it takes a while to make the foundations before you can start building the bridge. Just because you can't see the results doesn't mean you aren't affecting change. I think that section was very, very true. I think I also tend to do that too. I'm going to be quite honest with you, but just saying, not seeing immediate results or not seeing immediate impact, and that kind of gets disheartening. But we have to remember, again, a lot of small changes definitely brings you that big change in the end. But we have to be patient for it. We've talked about that on the show before, being patient with things and people and any aspect of your life. Patience will definitely bring you a long way. So, habit 6, alter bad habits. Most people know what they should do to live a healthier and happier life. To be fitter and healthier, for example, everyone knows they should eat less fat, sugar, and salt, eat more fruit and vegetables, and exercise more. Recognizing the changes we have to make is not rocket science. So why do few people do these things well? The reason is that few people have an effective system in place to achieve change. If you want to develop healthier habits, you are far better equipped to succeed if you use a strategy. Rather than embarking on a regime which aims to simply do away with bad habits, you need a system which at the same time replaces these with new and helpful habits. You will be far more likely to eliminate existing bad habits if you substitute them with positive habits. much in the same way that people who are overweight often have more success losing weight if they substitute undesirable foods with healthier foods rather than just not eating. Identify when it is you typically engage in negative behaviors and put in place a plan to alter the behavior in that setting. For example, if you find that your healthy eating plan tends to fail when you eat out at restaurants, find out about the menu before you go and make the healthy choice in advance. Habits are built into our routine, and often we don't consciously think about engaging in certain sorts of behavior. Once you single out circumstances in which you are most likely to revert to old behavior, you are able to plan to prevent it. Reward yourself for making positive changes and for trying to engage in healthier and productive activities. Remember that even if you are only successful half the time, you are still training yourself for the future. Celebrating your efforts will significantly increase your chance of continuing healthful habits in the long term. So, hopefully that caught up my days, and I'll see you next time when it comes to this. So, next, I kind of have a topic I kind of want to discuss, and I'm going to just label it as don't explain your whys. And I've noticed in myself personally, I've done this plenty of times, more particularly like in the workforce where I'm sending an email and I put, hey, don't mean to bother you, or hey, if it's not big of a deal, can I get XYZ? Right? And that already in itself, before the person even decides to kind of read the email, I'm already putting myself at a disadvantage. It's saying like, hey, I need this, but like if it's inconvenient, it's not a big deal if I don't have it. And that's terrible for us, especially if you're in a workforce where, let's say you're the minority in it, let's say you're a woman in it, or let's say you're a person of color. Let's not do that to ourselves, because I want to say we're kind of programmed in that way to be polite to somebody that, and I don't say polite in like quote unquote polite, because we're showed that we need professional etiquette in that medium of communication. But just don't explain your whys. Like, somebody asked me if I could come in at like 11 and my training was at 12, and like, hey, can you do 11? It's easier that way. I was like, no, I can't come in at 11. Meanwhile, they sent me an email at 9 a.m. and I was communicating with them. I was like, nah, 11 doesn't work for me. I'll be honest with you, I had nothing to do at 11. But it's just the principle in things. It's just saying, nah, we agreed on the time. I'm going to stick to that time. Because we need to start doing that more. Like, I spoke to somebody and they were like, oh yeah, me, like, I'm starting to take vacations now. Like, good. The fuck? Like, go ahead, take your vacations. That's awesome. I would love that for you. But it's just like, don't explain why you can't or can do certain things. Because at the end of it, it's just kind of, I'm trying to find the words for it. It's like playing yourself down in a way, or it's playing yourself down, not giving yourself enough credit, just all those things where it's kind of already giving you a handicap before you even begin. So again, don't explain your whys, because frankly, whatever the reason may be, it's completely valid, I want to say. So just thinking about that lately. Also thinking about my certain addictions or vices, let's say. Vices is bad, right? Let's just say it is, right? So some people drink, some people smoke, some people do whatever they want, right? But me personally, I feel like I fucked up. I have a phone case addiction. Like, seriously. Like, look at all these phone cases. Like, look at them. I have so many phone cases. And that's a problem, right? Because this is like, I think the cheapest phone case on here in this pile was like $5, and it's this one. And that's because I needed a cheap case because I wanted to like Frankenstein something. And it worked, clearly. But yeah, I have a phone case addiction, and I kind of want to just be honest with myself with that and just put it out there, because I don't know why. I just love phone cases. I have like this this OCD. I want to say ADHD. I have this OCD of just like, I feel my phone. I'm like, oh, I hate how this feels today. The next case, and then I'll switch them out like 12 times a day until I find the right feel that I like. And I do that often. That phone, not including the phone that's on my the case that's on my phone right now, and then the case that's on that phone over there. Like I'm gonna say a serious phone case problem, and I'm not making any strides to change it though, because I literally just bought that phone case over there. It was $5. I bought another cheap one. I wanted to see what it would be like to buy a case from Five Below and a screen protector, and just see what life does to that combination. So that's exciting in itself. But yeah, I have a phone case addiction, and I frankly don't know what to do with it. Oh, you see a phone case up there hanging in that wall? That one was free. That was from Samsung. I went to like an event in like Brooklyn or something, and it was awesome to do that. So yeah, phone case addiction. And also, I love going on Facebook now, and I'm in these neighborhood groups, like I told you in last episode, neighborhood drama. I love going in there and just seeing people freak out about the dumbest things. And I don't know, I feel like is it relaxing? Why do I like to enjoy people, complain on the internet about things? Like the other day, somebody was complaining about LA Fitness stapling flyers to trees. And somebody was like, yeah, there's a sign that says you shouldn't. It's bad for the trees, da-da-da. And then somebody comes in and is like, nah, the trees like spit the nails out. Like when it rusts, it either absorbs it entirely or it just spits it out because it feels like it. So that was pretty funny to like go through those comments as well. Like I don't know, I just love going on Facebook and seeing all those things. Like it's terrible, like, because I'm laughing at people who are actually really serious about whatever they're complaining about. But at the end of the day, it's just like so rewarding for me to just sit down and just spend like 30 minutes ha-haing comments, like, or ha-haing those statuses. And it's just like, should I stop doing that? I feel like should I like take that part out of my day out and just find something productive to do with it? Because at the end of the day, is it a good thing to do? I mean, I enjoy it. I'm getting some kind of like reward from it. But again, it's just one of those things you just got to ask yourself. So I challenge you to find something that isn't quote unquote good for you and see, reflect on it, That's cool. Okay. On a lighter, more casual note, let's transition to something better. Okay, I kind of mumbled that last part. But I got a new job. I don't want to say new because I didn't have a previous job or an old job, but I got a job. And it's something casual, something easy. Something just, why do I need a job? Oh, because bills. But anyway, got one of those things. It's pretty cool. People are cool there. And I get to hang out with animals all day. So, yeah, that's pretty neat. I get to walk some dogs, interact with some cats. Those are hit or miss cats. They either like me or they hate me, and there's no in between. There's no like, hey, you're pretty okay, or yeah, you kind of suck. No, it's like I hate you, die, or it's like, hey man, let's hang out. And I'm like, yeah, let's figure that out, because cats are always so enjoyable to figure that out with. But yeah, at the end of the day, new job, pays pretty cool, and I get to hang out with animals, and I frankly couldn't have asked for a better job. I feel like it's like the right job for me for the moment, and I'm just excited to see if what happens from it, because like it's just the beginning. I wonder how this story ends. Come along with me and figure that out, because like what if I get fired next week? That'll be some shit, huh? But anyway, new job, pretty interesting. And real quickly, because I've seen this so many times on the internet and I need to address it myself on the show, and that is proper cereal eating technique. Start to end. What is the proper technique? And I'm going to tell you what it is. First, bowl, right? Before you even think about what cereal you're going to eat, you need a proper bowl. In my opinion, enough to where you can have a good amount of cereal and also a good amount of milk. Whatever your milk is. If you use water, just turn the show off and leave, because why would you do that? There are people who eat their cereal with water, and it really bothers me sometimes. I just crack my finger. That's how bad it bothers me. But anyway, so if you're a water cereal eater, just get out. Please, just leave. Please. So find the proper bowl. And then the proper spoon. I like to use kind of like a soup spoon, because is cereal a soup? Ask yourself that. Is cereal a soup? Because it's in, a liquid, and there's things in it, right? What is a soup? In order for it to be a soup, does it need to be broth? But also, can you consider milk the cereal's broth? Because it does have flavor before and after you add all the ingredients, right? So let's say the milk is a base, and then you add your cereal, that's considered an ingredient, and now your broth has changed. Think about that, cereal connoisseurs. So anyway, a proper bowl and a proper spoon, first and foremost. Again, you have to add your cereal first. Let me say that again. Add your cereal first. There are people who add their milk, whatever choice it may be, whether it be chocolate, whole milk, 2% milk, skim milk, almond milk, oat milk, coconut milk, whatever milk you decide you want for your cereal. That comes after you pour it in. You don't pour the milk first. And I want to repeat myself. You don't pour the milk first, because if you're one of those people, and TikTok poll right here, if you're one of those people that pour the milk first, why do you do that? Who does that? What kind of menace to society does that? You villain. Why would you do that? But anyway, cereal first, milk. Then you're done. I didn't think I'd ever have to kind of explain cereal eating, but that's the correct way. Good bowl, soup spoon, cereal, milk, and then you just eat it. Enjoy it. Kickstart your day with some cereal. That's as simple as it needs to be, really and truly. That's how you should eat cereal. And I'm not going to give you my opinion, because that's not my opinion. That's a fact. That's the only way you should eat cereal. And don't come at me saying, but I like to put the milk first and then the cereal. No, that's wrong. And frankly, when I'm president, I'm going to outlaw that, because frankly, not enough of you are taking this seriously enough. So we got to throw some of you in jail for that, because it's a problem. It really is. It's a problem plaguing our society in today's day and age. And I stand by that thought fully and truly. Okay, I'm going to need my phone for this segment real quick. I'll try to move this. Why did I do that? Anyway, phone real quick, and I'm going to list you the top 5 worst people on this planet. And now I know what you're thinking. What is the criteria? How did you come up with this list? Well, I got some suggestions from people that I texted and talked to about, but these are my personal top 5 worst kind of people on the planet. And I'm going to give you my honorable mentions right now, just so you kind of get a gist of where I'm going with this. So honorable mentions go. Car enthusiasts. I get it. Nice car, really loud, pretty fast. Again, some of you just are the worst. And I will put you higher, but I personally think the people I have on my list are worse than you. But you're not safe in this. Honorable mention, car enthusiasts. Comic book / anime fans. And now that's going to trigger a lot of people, because I grouped them together to begin with. But I'm going to be the fans that are, as one of my friends say, gatekeeping fans. But that's honestly part of that umbrella of the two people I just put together. I hate the comic book fans in particular, that just like, that's not how it went in the comic books, or that's not accurate, or DC is better than Marvel, or vice versa. Like, shut up. Just shut up. Let people enjoy things, please, because I shouldn't be annoyed watching a movie or watching a show, or at an exterior person, because I could be annoyed at what I'm watching at right now. So if I'm watching a Marvel movie or a DC movie, like, I could be annoyed at the movie, but then you're just adding to that, and you're like telling me your opinions, and like without me asking. Let's say you're an internet stranger, like just shut up. And when I grouped in the anime fans, I meant I have no experience with anime whatsoever. I just want to say, but the ones that are like, you have to watch this or you have to watch that, like, oh, you don't watch anime, like, are you serious? Like, you don't know what you're missing out. I'm like, again, just let people enjoy things, okay? I have in my brain the knowledge that I have not watched a single anime, and I've gone through life without experiencing that. And frankly, if I wanted to, I would. Let's not say like I haven't watched like something that somebody so happens to put on, because again, I'm one of those people. If you come in my car, I'm gonna let you listen to whatever music you like, because I like enjoying things other people enjoy. Like if you enjoy that, I like to experience that and say, do I enjoy it as well? So I'm like that with TV and movies. Like, yeah, if you enjoy that, I'll watch it, sure. If I don't like it as much as you, I won't watch it on my own. I'm like one of those people that do that. So anime, comic book fans, people, you group together for that particular reason. Next, which I guess I could group them together to begin with, but I dislike these two group of people for different reasons. College football fans, I hate college football fans. And I don't mean the casual ones that just like, oh, I have a team, it's Alabama, blah, 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 whatever, right? That's cool and all, but people that say that college football is their life and don't play college football, that are just diehard fans, I just don't understand that. And they shit on NFL fans, be like, oh, nah, college football is way better. Like, what are you doing? And then the casual NFL fans like, I like NFL better. It's professional. It's more fast paced. It's blah, 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 whatever the reasons are. Again, back to what we said at the top of the show. Don't explain why. Don't explain your whys. Your reasons are particularly valid, right? So, college football fans, it's just their identity. Like frat boys, that's just their identity. That I frat boys up here too, right? Yep, frat boys is like part of. I have a lot of honorable mentions. I'm gonna just cut it down to these three that I just mentioned: frat boys, college football fans, NFL fans. NFL fans. that was unintentional, but we'll keep it in there. NFL fans are the worst because I just feel like they swear to God that the NFL is the best sport league on the planet, and nothing can touch it, and there aren't any other sports that exist out of football. And for that reason, you are one of the worst people on this planet. This is my top 5 list of worst people on the planet. Number 5, we have the book is better than the movie people. And just by me saying that, you should know the person I'm talking about. It's like, this is not entirely accurate. In the book, it does this, that. Like, shut up. If I wanted to read the book, I would have read it. And even if I did read the book, I'm watching the movie because it's a movie. I get to visualize it without my brain processing it. Because if I read a book, then I have to visualize it. Then my brain has to come up with the movie in itself. And then I get to experience that on my own. But I want to experience something everyone else is experiencing. And like share my thoughts and opinions. Like, oh, I really enjoyed that part. Or I enjoyed that part. Like book is better than movie people. Just let people enjoy things. Number 4, wrestling Twitter fans. And very few people will know who I'm talking about outside of wrestling consumption, I'm going to say. But wrestling Twitter fans are literally the worst because they take this wrestling shit seriously. And a little bit too seriously where it's scary, and it's like, it's almost close to like NFL fans and college football fans, how they take them and take that seriously. But I want to say they take it more to an extreme level, because I feel like Twitter has been a platform that has brought upon a lot of good things. But when you find the good, you're eventually going to find the bad. And so if you enjoy something and you're like, oh, let me go on Twitter to follow it, discuss it, whatever it may be, and then you start to realize if you mention it, other people could see that too. And then that's where the shit show happens. And of course, you always have your bad eggs. There's always going to be a bad group of people and things. But Twitter is a place where anyone can go. Your mom, your dad, your cousin, sister, whatever it may be, younger siblings, they can all be on Twitter, right? That's the more, I want to say, casual place to discuss things. It's a discussion app, I want to say. As opposed to Reddit, which Reddit is more of a niche thing. So if you're going on Reddit, you already know what's up with Reddit. You already know what you're going to get yourself into. But Twitter, anybody can enjoy that. Anybody can go on there and do that. It's more friendly for the common consumer, I want to say. And there's a lot of instances where wrestling Twitter fans take things too far. They leak people in a thread's addresses that they don't like. So if you say something about their favorite wrestler or their favorite brand or their favorite whatever the fuck it may be, people will go out of their way to try to do harm to you, whether it be psychologically or physical harm. And that's not okay, wrestling Twitter fans. We need to fucking clean that shit up, hold people accountable, and, you know, call people out, honestly. Like, truly, it is what it is. Like, it's bad for the namesake wrestling Twitter. It's bad for us as a thing. So, again, wrestling Twitter fans, you're at number 4. At number 3, we have Forex People. This one's going to be short and simple. Stop DMing me about joining Forex because I'm not going to do that. I am not desperate enough to do that. That's just my opinion. Like, you are the worst. Please stop. That's all the light I'm going to shed on that. And I always like to make this meme and this joke. I always be like, hey, if I'm ever feeling lonely, I'll just DM a Forex person and then I'll get attention 24/7 until I sign up. So, Forex People, third worst person on the planet. At number 2, we have the Apple versus Android people. And just that sentence alone is stupid. Apple is a brand. It's a company. Android is an operating software. There's no branding company that's selling the Android phone. They're just phones that use Android as a software. So, like, stop. Just stop it. Android versus Apple people, because on both sides, you're terrible people. Really. People arguing with, let's say, the iPhone 13 that just got announced and it will release soon, right? Arguing about those specs versus the latest Samsung phone that came out, the S21, or the Fold or the Z Flip, whatever you may say, right? Arguing about that or arguing against the Pixel phones. Meanwhile, they're typing away on their iPhone 7s or their iPhone 8s. Like, okay, dude, relax, please. Like, there's plenty of reasons why people still have older phones, right? I'm not gonna go shit on you because you have an older phone, but it's the principle of things, because there's no need to be arguing over what is better, because nothing is better. Everything is about taste and personal preference. If you want an iPhone because you want something simple, something easy to use out the box, like, perfect. That's the phone for you. If you want a tank of a phone, I'm talking about memory, storage space, beautiful screen, refresh rate, all that technological bullshit that you like, get an Android phone. High end, low end, even the mid-tier phones, all of them, there's a perfect phone out there for you if you want all that stuff and the endless customizations that you're able to achieve. Again, everything's about taste and preference. Don't go shit on somebody because they like something easy and fast to use and they know it's going to last them 6 years, and that's why they're still using an iPhone 6 even though the iPhone 13 just been announced. So, Apple and Android people, you are the second worst kind of people, in my opinion. Number 1, and I'll end the show with this. Gently set that down to the side. I don't need to know what number 1 is because I already know. And you already know too, just by me pointing at you and looking at you. K-pop stans are the worst people on this planet, for the simple fact that they cannot separate the art from the person. They think they're intertwined forever, and whenever somebody does something as an artist, they directly attack the person. And that's wrong. Numerous examples, and I'm not going to go deep into it, and some trigger warnings for this, but numerous examples of artists killing themselves because the fandom that they are in just don't know how to handle things and overreact and threaten them and tell them they should die or tell them that they don't deserve to be on this planet. K-pop stans, you give that name a terrible reputation, because there's a lot of stans out there, and I hate the word stan to begin with, but there are a lot of K-pop fans out there that aren't bad people, that actually enjoy the music and they enjoy their favorite artists and they are respectable about it. They consume it. They can, no matter if it's good or bad, they don't publicly harass people. You know, I recognize that you people are out there, and you know, maybe I can't ask you to be more vocal about it because it's such a problem to where just people get their addresses leaked all the time. Like I've seen, I shit you not, over my course of being on Twitter for like 2 months, like just like looking at those kind of interactions, I've seen about 15 to 20 addresses. I don't know if they're real or not. Can't confirm if they're their address or not. But whenever one of those interactions happens and I check back on the Twitter thread, it usually says account not found. So half the time I think that may be their actual address, and they just decide to just delete Twitter, delete their account, and just to be safe, because they don't want people knowing their address out there online, and that's dangerous. That puts people at risk. That puts people in harm's way. I'm not gonna say we should stop, because I don't consider myself a Kpop stan, but I'm saying, like, as a internet cultural society, like, the people that use the internet, we should be more proactive when we see these kind of things, and stand up for one another, just like if we were to stand up for somebody in person on the street. I guess I want to say, let's stand up to people, or for people on the internet as well, because frankly, the internet is not so embedded in our everyday lives. It's important to us. It's part of our lives. So let's try to make that as enjoyable of an experience for everyone else, including strangers, including ourselves. So yeah, that was episode 32 of IdleTalk. Something different. I like that all these episodes are kind of different after the break. So episode 32 of IdleTalk. I'm Fernando. I hope you enjoyed that. Please subscribe on YouTube if you're watching this on YouTube. If you see this as a YouTube short, pull up, please. If you follow us on Spotify, that would be cool too. Subscribe on Apple Podcasts. That would be amazing. Leave us a 5-star review. As always, I'm Fernando, and we'll see you next time.